Hey guys, here we are again. Thought I'd come back at you and show you the progress that I'm making so far on the project that I'd started for Valentine's Day. As you probably recall, I was trying to come up with, I think I said I was trying to come up with some kind of brass corners for the framework. So here's what I have right now. I've got this set up. I initially had this brass set up over here, but it was straight across. I'm just putting this on here as a demonstration. It wasn't like this, but just to give you an idea, it was just across like that, and I really didn't like it. It looked too much brass. I figured, it had to have some intricacies to it, some kind of pattern or design or something, and I knew that I had to come up with less brass. First, I thought I would maybe do something like this with this guy here, just put him on the corner this way. But doing that doesn't really work so well, because unless I cut it to the full size so that it completely covers the corner, you're going to see a gap, and I don't want that gap visible. Initially, I thought maybe I would try something like this, which is a little more minimal than what I had on the other side. But I really don't like that quite as much. So then I got looking at the piece I had over here and thought, well, I got to trim it down somehow. How am I going to trim it down and make it look decent? I really wanted to keep the wrap over the edges if I could. So I have kept that. It is wrapped over the edges, which I'm hoping you can see there right now. Both edges, this side and the other side, wraps right over. It's all one piece. And this stuff, fortunately, is soft enough that I can cut it with a set of aviation snips, I guess they call them. Tin snips, some people call them, but they're referred to as aviation snips. So I'm using those. This is a straight cut. You can actually get straight cut jaw, or you can get them curved left or right. I've got a set of 3, so I've got the left and the right, but this one's straight cut. This is better for what I'm doing. So I took those and just kind of drew out on there with the black marker like I have here, how I thought maybe I would go with this. And then I took the snips and I cut it out. I might have to cut this one a little deeper. It's not as deep as that one. So yeah, I think I like that better. I leave these on the edges over here like this, put tacks in here, maybe a tack on each side over there so it doesn't come apart. And of course, from certain angles, you look at it, you'll see the tack stub sticking up there a little bit, or the head of the tack. Probably help to make it look decent. I think that's what I'm going to go with. If I could be fortunate enough to make 4 of those like that, looking pretty similar, not too much differences between them, then that's probably how I'm going to do it. I'll use this one to trace out. It's probably my best option. Then I can cut and bend everything the way I want it. And I think I'll stick to the tin snips. I almost can cut that stuff. That stuff is so soft you can almost cut it with a utility knife. You can actually score it really well with a utility knife. I scored on both sides and tried to bend it over, but I could tell I wasn't quite getting enough of a cut to actually be able to bend it. I mean, I didn't realize how easy it is to straighten out and bend. Otherwise, I could have just bent it until it snapped, on those cuts, and then boom, there you go. And take a hammer, lay it on the floor, flatten it out. Soft hammer, rubber hammer, flatten it out the way I want. But I found that it's just as easy to use the snips, so that's what I'll do. I'll cut 3 more of those with the snips. I'll put them on like that. One other thing I did to it that I think makes it look a little better was when I first laid it down, I didn't like the finish. The finish was too. The finish, I don't know. The finish is just too. Something about the finish I didn't like. So what I did, I had to take the marker, black marker off it. I had lots of black marker on it all over the place. So what I did was I took it over to my my wire brush. I have one of those grinders that sits on a pedestal. It's got a wire brush on one side and a stone on the other side. And I used the wire brush to clean up all of the stuff on it that I didn't want on it, specifically the marker, the black marker, and anything else that might have been on it. And that gave it a different texture. It looks more like it's got more of an antique or medieval kind of a look to the finish now, as opposed to that shiny glazed whatever it was. And it could be that has a coating on it to protect it from rust or something too. I'm not sure. Maybe that taking that off gives me this different type of finish. It's more of a satin finish now, and I like that better. I think that looks quite a bit better than. If you look at that, you can see the 2 different finishes. I don't know. You guys can comment and tell me what you think looks better. There's a comment section below on the video there. You can say anything you want down there. It'd be really nice to hear some comments from you guys, what you think, whether you like this better or that better. But personally, I like this better. I mean, I would change it if I got a lot of comments telling me this was nicer. But we'll wait and see what happens there. In the meantime, I will finish it up with this one. So I'm going to cut it short right there. Go see if I can cut out the other 4 pieces. drop them on there, and get back to you and show you what it looks like. Until then, peace out.